Hello and welcome. This is Tim64 aka On the Stoop, and it's been a long time since I've recorded any videos for YouTube. And to restart that publication process, that going public process, I thought I'd mix it up a bit and just play something for fun. So I'm going to play some 6 max pot limit Omaha, and I'm going to play on the absolute very lowest stakes possible on PokerStars, the 1 cent, 2 cent limit. So if I can't beat this limit, we got problems. I'm just going to go ahead and fold this one from small blind. And hopefully we get some interesting hands and spots to look at. And I'm just going to play for about 8 to 10 minutes. Hopefully we'll get some something that we can look at. I think this one is a reasonable hand to raise from cutoff. We've got suited king, we've got some Broadway possibilities, we've got a pair of tens to try and make a set. We'll just take down the blinds, that's nice. And yeah, so pot limit Omaha, it's a game which in a way it's a very different animal from No Limit Hold'em. It's certainly not a game that I could claim to be any kind of expert in, although I have played up to 50 cent $1 at times. It's a game where position's even more important than in No Limit Hold'em. So spot like this, we're just going to go ahead and fold this hand. We're looking for double suited hands and hands with good connectivity. So this hand, it has some Broadway connectivity, but we have no suitedness. So we're not looking to play a big pot for this, particularly as we're out of position. I think we can just get away with calling the 2 cents. We're calling 2 cents for a pot of 7 cents. So we're getting 3.5 to 1. So I think we can call here for some Broadway straight possibilities, but we don't want to invest a lot of money. This is a typical spot that you find. You flop a little bit of something, but it's not really much. I think it's close. We could probably even go ahead and check fold on this board. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just check fold. My hand doesn't really have any ways to improve, so basically if I'm behind now to a hand like pocket queens or something, I really haven't got many outs. So although it would seem kind of crazy to fold a jack, and maybe it's an incorrect fold, I'm just going to keep it simple. We're not really looking to flop, top pair here. This hand, a little bit more potential, 6, 7, 9, but still we're kind of just one suited here. And this 4 here that we've got, this is kind of blocking our flush outs. We can't, there's one less flush card in the deck here. So I'm going to go ahead and make a fold here with this one. And go ahead and look for something a little bit better. 7, 8, 9 jack with a suit in the jack. We're missing a 10, but I think this is just about okay to raise up. So we'll make a raise from under the gun. We're happy to get this one through, but we're okay getting called as well. But we will have to check fold on quite some boards. Particularly when we've hit. This is a typical situation here. We've got an open-ended straight draw, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got a flush draw, but we don't want to play a huge pot. So I think you can bet this or check this. I'm going to go for a bet here. And we'll go from there. If we get raised, it's kind of difficult because the range of hands that raise us on this board are mostly the nut flush. But since we have made our straight, we're going to go ahead and bet pretty big. I think it's probably pretty much a pot size bet here. We get called. The river's dry, so we're going to go for max value with our straight. And villain's betting here, so we'll just double check. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to raise all in and hope he calls. He probably has the same hand as us. So let's see how we get on here. Now that he doesn't snap call, we know that he doesn't have the straight. So that's good. So what a nice pot. And on to the next hand. So 8, 10, 10, deuce. Just go ahead and quick fold that one from the button. That pair of tens isn't worth much. The deuce doesn't play. This one a little bit more potential. We've got 9, 7, 10. We've got suited. It's not a very high flush draw, so this isn't that valuable. The 9, 7, and 10 have that connectivity that we're looking for. I think it's pretty close here. I'm going to make a rather speculative call. This is probably closer to a fold than a call, but we want to play some hands so that we can give you guys some more information. And we get 3-bet here. This player is not full stacked. Yeah, so I think if this player had 100 BBs, then I would make this call of this 3-bet. The call isn't terrible, but the main problem for us is that our flush draw is going to be dominated, so when we do hit clubs, we can't really go broke in a good conscience. So I'm going to go ahead and fold there. Maybe the call pre-flop is a little bit close already. This one, not too bad. We've got 6, 8, 9. We've got double suited. The 2 is a bit of an outlier. It's not really doing much in this hand. I think given the odds when it gets around to us, if no one 3-bets in this spot, we can go ahead and call the 3 cents. Again, we're going to be getting 3 cents for a pot of 11. And now it's even better odds because there's another player in. The more players in the hand, the more tricky it's going to be to play, but still we trust ourselves to make the right decisions in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and make this call. And let's see what we got. So this is a typical situation where we look and we see, okay, I've got a flush draw. And we get excited about that flush draw. But is that worth anything? Well, there's a potential full house. If anyone's got ace-ace, there's a full house, we're drawing dead. And lots of better flush draws out there. So we're going to be looking to check fold this hand, even though in No Limit Hold'em, if we flop this flush draw, we'd be kind of, a little bit more excited. So we might be willing to invest way more money in this pot than we would in PLO. So PLO, we've got a pot size bet from the original raiser. He can definitely have trips. He can have better flush draws. He can have a full house already. So just easy check fold there with that hand. But we didn't invest too much, so we're not too bothered. Again, this hand, not much potential. We've got a pair of 8s. But since it's not a high pair, we're going to be... if we do hit our set of 8s, there are going to be lots of other sets to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead and make a tight fold here. Again, we have a flush draw, but it's a weak one, and the 3 hurts our flush because it's not there in the deck to draw from. So go ahead and make a fold there. And yeah, we've got the 6, 7, 8 suited king. I might raise this up from cutoff. I think here it's close. We could probably just about get away with it. Yeah, let's raise it up and see what happens. 2 quick folds from the players who have position on us. That's always good. When the players on you that have position on you fold, you're happy because then at least if you get called by the blinds, you've got position on them, which means you're going to make more, lose less. So we're coming up on 7 minutes, so just play for a couple more minutes and then we'll wrap it up. It's close here against the limp. I think since we're suited with the king high flush draw, we can go ahead and make a raise for value, try and isolate this player, but this 3 isn't that helpful to us, so not looking to play a huge pot. We flop the open ender. I think we can just bet half pot here. We have an overpair and an open ender. We get a quick fold there. If we get check raising, that spot's a little bit ugly because of course you can have the 8-9 for the straight already. We probably would call the check raise, but proceed with caution. Easy fold with this ghastly looking hand here. And what do we got here? Okay, so we've got ace 6, 6, 6. Well, these 6s are kind of duff. This hand looks like we've got 3 6s, but we can only use 2 of our whole cards in PLO. So this 6 is just dead, and it's not even in the deck for us to get trips. So all we've really got is a suited ace. Definitely not strong enough. So we're going to fold that hand from under the gun, or timeout, which is even easier. Yeah, another easy fold with this hand. So discipline, as in most forms of poker, is as important in PLOs and Hold'em. So just lots of folds, particularly at the low stakes where you get paid off a little bit more easy. You don't need to play so many hands. 8, 9, 10 suited in clubs against the 3.5x raise. I think we could defend this, but I'm going to go ahead and fold. If this was double suited, I would definitely try and play the hand. So just a fold there. Lots of folding. And these kings are not that great. We've got suited king high flush draw potential, so that's not bad, but this deuce isn't much fun. Again, this small raise I think is enough to call. See a flop. We could 3-bet here, but this hand isn't great if we face a 4-bet, and this guy hasn't got that much to win, so I think just playing a small pot is fine. We've hit our deuce, but there's an ace on board. So not too happy about this. We have got a backdoor flush draw. Once he checks there, it's probably a good sign. Probably means that he's nervous about this ace. I think we can continue to just check down. And once we face a bet on the turn, there's a flush possibility here. There's a straight with the 5. We can be drawing very thin. We could be drawing dead pretty much. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold here, even to the small bet. and we'll make this the last hand. So we'll go ahead and fold our King 738 from UTG. Gonna go ahead and fold that, and then we'll bring up our stats for the session. So we just brought in our stats for the session, played for 11 minutes, total of 26 hands, won $1.34, and good BB per 100. Super small sample, but it's nice to get back in the saddle of producing videos and a profitable start. Okay guys, see you in a week or so. Thanks for watching. This is Tim64 aka On The Stoop.